thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Give me just a huge round of applause for this amazing woman.
In the crowd. Give me a cheer, friends in the crowd. Friends in the crowd. It's nice having friends in the crowd, but it's shit when they know all your jokes. So just laugh, okay? Like you've never fucking heard my fucking jokes before. Just be like, oh my god, that's so fucking amazing. Yes. So yeah, most of you know me. For the people that don't know me, I'm Aslı. I grew up in London, but I'm Turkish. And the thing is, I look more Turkish than I feel, which creates problems. I'm also a female, and I look more female than I feel. Because the thing is, right, I'm quite a tomboy. Like, I've always been a tomboy, do you know what I mean? I'm quite tough. Like, I have some balls, you know? But like, the thing is, right, it's like, you know, so okay, the only feminine thing really is this hair, right? Again, I had to grow my hair. I had to grow my hair, because when my hair was like super short, lesbians were constantly hitting on me, man. They were constantly hitting on me, and I'm like, penis, okay, fuck it. The thing is, I have a few lesbian friends, right? I don't have problems with lesbians. They're lovely people, I just, you know, I don't get the fake plastic dildo thing that they do. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted one of those, I don't know, that's a whole other fucking subject. I don't have a problem with lesbianism, but the thing is, right, I'm not, okay, how can I put this? I'm not into breasts, okay? I'm not too crazy about Kylie Minogue. For the foreigners, they know who Kylie, like, gay people love Kylie. I'm not too crazy about Kylie, and also I'm trying to eat healthily at the moment. And I don't think there's anything you can eat that's higher in calories than pussy. I mean, if you think about it, like, how many really skinny lesbians have you not seen around? You know, I don't know about Turkey, but in England, right, they were quite fat, right? Okay, so I'm thinking it must be something they're eating. It must be something they're eating, man. Like, all the fucking calories, like, what the fuck? The thing is, right, I grew up in London, but like my dad is actually from Ankara, right, and my mum is from Cyprus, and I grew up in London, and it's really weird, like when your parents are from somewhere else to where you're actually growing up, it's like you're living in two parallel worlds at the same time, right, because like I went to high school, I went to a performing arts college, and in my college there was a woman, you probably heard of her, called Amy Winehouse. Like, it was quite a chilled out kind of cool atmosphere, right? I went to school with Amy Winehouse, and I would go home and my mum would be listening to 𝙰𝚕𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒. My dad would be making 𝙰𝚊𝚕𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒, okay? Do you know what I mean? It's like, step outside, you're in a whole fucking other world. So, you know, things were tough, like, and I was confused, and I'm still really confused. Like, I don't know the fuck I'm doing generally with my life. But the thing is, I became friends with Amy at one point, and I brought her over, right, to my house. She came over, made her listen to some Turkish music, and my dad had this amazing idea to make her watch a Turkish film. And he picked 𝚕𝚒𝚕𝚒𝚕𝚒. Right, so for the people that don't know what 𝚕𝚒𝚕𝚒𝚒𝚒 is, or what the film is about, basically, someone is constantly raping someone in Emrah's family, okay? Someone is getting sexually assaulted, and Emrah is constantly crying, put your love to this, and that kind of shit, right? So we sat down, and my dad thought this was a great idea. We're watching this film with Amy, right? Amy was just like fucking horrified, but she was like, yeah, great film. I went to school the next day, right? Amy didn't turn up. The day after, she didn't turn up again, right? And then later I found out that she was actually on the brink of depression. And coming over to my house and watching this fucking film pushed her over the edge. And we were like, come on, Amy, don't do this, man. You know, you gotta go to rehab. But we all know what she said. No. Oh, man. So people ask me, like, why have you come to Istanbul? Generally, Turkish people, us foreigners, expats, we know. Because it's fun, it's interesting. But the thing is, I mean, Istanbul, okay, the weather in London is absolutely shit. It's really shit. And I'm the kind of person that's generally depressed, and I get it. I go outside. for a gig at like 5 p.m. and I see no sun. So when it's like always dark, it's horrible anyway. But the other reason, another more important reason, obviously, it's 𝚂𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚢. Dude, it's fucking amazing! I love 𝚂𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚢, man. If you think about it, 𝚂𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚢 is kind of like a intestines inception. Intestines, inside intestines, inside intestines, inside intestines. Oh gosh. But also, like, the other thing is that London is just, it's just so predictable, man. You know, life there is just like super predictable. Like in London, when I went to a bus stop, okay, and if I was the first person at the bus stop, I would get on the bus first. Can you believe it? But like in Turkey, in Istanbul, you can get to the bus stop, but 250 other people can get on the bus before you. Oh gosh, and also, you know, it's, I don't know, there's more of a sense of adventure in Istanbul, do you know what I mean? It's like there's, you know, there's a higher risk of being killed, so therefore, you know, you get to live on the edge a little bit, and that kind of thing. I do like English people though, I really love English people, especially because they're so optimistic. They're just so optimistic, you've got to be in those conditions, it's dark and raining all the fucking time. But they're really optimistic. For example, right, in Turkey, in England, right, every single chemist that you go into in England, in the whole of England, Northern England, anywhere, they sell sun cream. There's no sun, okay? There's no sun. Sometimes it comes out around August the 10th, between the August the 10th and the 15th. So sun can sometimes come out and then you run into the nearest chemist, get that 50-factor fucking sun cream and put it all over them, and then go to the nearest park and there's sun, and they're like, oh, fuck, summer's over, see you later, guys. Oh, gosh. And the thing is, they're really optimistic, and that's great, and I love that. I mean, Turkish people are kind of the absolute opposite. They love being sad. They really love being sad. Like, you know, recently there was the referendum, right? And the results were shit. The results were shit. We think it was rigged and stolen and fucked up, and we hope, you know, we wish that something else could have happened, right? But the thing is, I'm like, but what would have Turkish people done if they actually got the result that they wanted to get? Do you know what I mean? It's like, ne protesto ediyoruz? Oh, fuck. What are we protesting now? Oh, fuck. What the fuck are we going to protest? I'm going to move this chair over here. And because, like, sometimes I wake up, right, relatively cheerful. No, that's a lie. I never wake up cheerful. I wake up wanting to kill myself, and then within about an hour, sometimes I can persuade myself that it's worth living, right? So I get out of the house, I go and have my breakfast 𝚂𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚢, and I go to the 𝚂𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚕 to get on the vapor to go somewhere, probably to a gig or something, right? And I'm cheerful, I'm happy, I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Get on the fucking vapor, right? You sit there. And then a fucking vapor musician comes along. You know the vapor musician people, right? And they're playing the most saddest songs that you've ever fucking heard. Right? And you're sitting there on the vapor and you're like, and the guy starts playing, oh, this is gonna fall. The guy starts playing some like 𝚂𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚢 song or something. For example, oh, Istanbul, oh, Istanbul, Istanbul, oh, it's going, and you're like, fuck, it's raining. You start to hate yourself. Again, but the thing is, that's what you like. You want there to be some kind of, Turkish people like sadness. They do, they like sadness. I live alone. I live, well, with my cat, but this is modern. Like, you've got to have a cat. You know, like, you can't not. I live alone with my cat, and I love living alone because I can walk around naked, you know. That's the thing, it's great. Like, I did have a housemate at one point, right? Oh, what the fuck? I had to wear clothes every time I left my room. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to be doing that. So, so I'm thinking next time, if I get a housemate, right, I'm going to get a fucking blind housemate. Fucking blind housemate. And also preferably deaf, right? Hard of hearing, so I can make as much fucking noise as I want to. Oh gosh. I don't cook much. I don't cook. But when I do cook, right, because, you know, 𝚤𝚕𝚒𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚢, what the fuck, ruins my life. 5 kilos, right? This is why I only have 1 pair of trousers left. But I'm like, no, I'm going to fit into those. God, no, I'm not, but let me have some hope, right? And the thing is, I don't cook. I don't normally cook, but when I do cook, right, I don't know how to cook for one person. I have no idea. Like, recently I made some mung beans. I think it's mung beans, mash fasulyesi, right? It's really fucking tasty, but I made a huge cauldron of it. Like this much. Because like, I'm not into that. Little bit of the pack. No, I put the whole fucking packet in, right? So I made these mung beans, right? And then I started eating them, and there was so much I had to eat them for 1 week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I hate wasting food, right? At one point, I went to bed, and I woke up 48 hours later. Let me explain why, right? I figured it out because I woke up and my room stank. My room stank so badly. What was happening was the beans, I was farting, gassing myself, sedating myself, falling asleep again, waking up, farting, gassing myself, sedating myself, waking up, farting, gassing myself, sedating myself. But I won't give up, I will do that, right? I'm going to keep eating those fucking beans until they're finished, man. So yes, I'm farting, so you can probably tell why I'm single. The thing is though, to be honest, I really like being single. I like being single and I'm happy being single. I'm not, I don't know man, relationships, they're hard work, I have been in 2 serious relationships, right? And the total amount of time, 10 years, I've done my time, okay? I've done my fucking time. I don't need to be dealing with any of that, but I'm single, and you know what it's like in Turkey when you're over 25, and I'm just a few years over 25. You know the 𝚬𝚘s don't like it. I don't know, when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? Are you going to get married? Who's going to look after you when you're sick and old? And I'm like, come on, look at my granddad. He's an absolute cunt. No one is looking after him. It doesn't make a difference. He's in an old people's home, so I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm saving money, right? I'm gonna just go to the fucking old people's home. It's fine. But they're like, no, olmaz sen de bir aile kurban lazım. Fuck off. And the thing is, it happens the most, right, when I go to weddings. Whenever I go to weddings, those 𝚬𝚘s come up to me and, all right, Aslı, great wedding, isn't it? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, so, have you got a boyfriend or you're engaged or anything? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, don't worry, dear, don't worry. Next time it will be you. I'm like, fuck you. In my head. This is why, right, when I go to funerals, I find those old ladies. I'm like, oh, great funeral, isn't it? Look at all the flowers. I really like your black number. This looks great. So have you got any illnesses or anything? I'm like, don't worry, dear, next time it will be you. Oh gosh. The thing is, I don't think I can ever, I'm a tomboy, but I'm straight as well, like as I explained, I'm not into the pussy. But the thing is, like, I'm never going to be able to be one of those princesses. You know those girls that are just princesses, aren't they? And I'll pretend like it's Turkey, but I'll mix it up, and you know, they're like, aşkım, şişe çabiliyorum, açabiliyorum seninle. Aşkım, bağcıktan bağlayıp lokantamda sürmeksiz. Aşkım, I can't wipe my ass, aşkım. Like, fuck off, right? Okay? You don't need a boyfriend, you need a full-time carer, okay? If you can't look after yourself, man. I mean, in weddings, marriage and stuff, you know, like Kramer says in Seinfeld, it's a man-made prison. And I believe that, I really fucking believe that. Because people used to die. I heard this isn't my joke, I heard this, I was watching some comment, I don't know who said it, but this comedian was saying that basically it's like people used to die really quickly, they used to die young, so marriage wasn't a huge commitment. But now no one's dying, so... Now no one's dying, I don't know who said it, someone else said it. But, you know, I have been in love though. I have been in love before. And the thing is, I think that love is kind of like an evil jellyfish. Right? Stay with me. Like, okay. Like you're going about your life and everything's okay, right? And suddenly you catch eyes with this jellyfish and you fall in love with someone, right? And this jellyfish sticks onto you, right? Sticks onto you and you're happy, you're okay living with this jellyfish. But then when they fall out of love with you, you have to prise the jellyfish off. And you're left with this big, horrible, gaping wound that hurts. And the only way that it's going to feel better is if they come and piss on you. But they're not going to do that anymore because they're not with me anymore. So yeah, I was going out with this guy, and the thing is, it's annoying, you know, when you meet a good-looking guy with good prospects and good personality, but with a small dick. I mean, the thing is with this guy, right? However hard he tried, it wasn't hard enough. And however hard I tried to convince him to take the plunge and give in to the endless stream of junk mails about penis enlargements that I used to send him, he always just said he'd rather learn to live with his disability. So what can you do? The thing is, guys, right? I mean, if I was a guy and I had a small dick, I would kill myself. And I mean, come on. Like, really, I think there should be some aided suicide program, or maybe we can make them infertile or something, because they're passing it on, man. They're passing it on. It's just not good. I mean, okay, guys, the size does matter, okay? I'm sorry, but it does matter. You know, like when you're really hungry and you go to get a sandwich, right? You've got a big gaping hole in your stomach. You're, oh, so hungry. You go to get a sandwich. You don't pick the smallest little, shittiest little, shriveled up little sandwich, do you? You know, you're like, yeah, give me a big fucking sandwich. I want a big sandwich. It matters, man. It matters. It really does. I'm sorry. But it does matter. And another thing like I'm finding hard with guys these days, I'm looking around like loads of you've got beards. Like what the fuck is with this beard? Like this beard fashion. It's like everyone's got beards. But before this big beard fashion, right, there used to be this thing called the outline beard. I don't know if any of you remember this. Some guys, right, used to basically have an outline of where they might put a beard if they maybe later decided to grow one. I'm like, make your fucking mind up, right? Grow a beard or don't. I don't need to see what your fucking plans are. Some people have the no. Some men have the no moustache beard. I think that's really bizarre. You know, when they have a beard, but like no moustache to hold it up. It just looks like a misshapen muff just hanging off the end of their chin. I wonder, like, when they go home, when they're going to bed at night, do they take it off and put it on the pillow? Good night, beard. Good night, master. Good night, beard. And then in the morning, it's like, right, you go back on my face. No, I want to go back on your face. No. I want to go to the post office. Oh, gosh. So, you know, it is more difficult here, like, just meeting guys and stuff and that kind of thing, because guys are not as straightforward. In Turkey, they're a little bit more shy, you know. And the reason is it's the girls. It's the girls that have done this, right? Because the girls do this thing called the Naz, right? The Naz, which is basically playing hard to get Turkish style, right? It's hardcore, man. It's hardcore. Like, I have this friend, right? She's called 𝚤𝚕𝚒, just for the sake of anonymity. And she really likes this guy, and she's like, oh, yeah, Burak, like, asked me out for a coffee, and I really like him. And I was like, oh, cool, great. He's like, but I said no. Burak asked me out for dinner, and I was like, oh, awesome, go to dinner. He's like, no, but I said no. Like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, I've got to do the Naz. I've got to do the Naz. I've got to do the Naz. So, like, the women do it, so guys are a bit more careful when approaching women. And I'll tell you a little story. This happened about a year ago now. And so I went to this party, and hanging out, having a good time, hanging out with people, like, yeah, but then it got really late, so I had to leave. So I was like, looked at my watch, and I was like, okay guys, I'm leaving, see you later. And at that point, this guy, right, this random guy comes up to me, and he's like, so you're leaving now? I was like, yeah, dude, I've got to go, man, it's like really late. He's like, oh, but how are you going to get home? I was like, I'm going to go home how I always go home. I'm going to walk a bit, get the metro bus and walk a bit. He's like, oh, no, but how are you going to get home? I was like, dude, it's cool, man. So we had this argument back and forth. He's like, no. I've got to see with my own eyes that you get home safely. I was like, what a gentleman! What a gentleman, how lovely. I was like, okay, cool. Well, you can take me all the way home, right? So he walked me home, got to the outside of my house, right? And I was like, thank you very much. Very sweet of you, bringing me all the way home, right? And then he said, but I live so far away. How am I going to get home now? I see there's this tree, I'll just sleep by this tree tonight. I was like, dude, you're fucking mental. Don't be ridiculous. If it's really hard for you to go home, you can just sleep on my sofa. He's like, oh, sleep on your sofa. He got really excited. So I took him home, showed him the sofa, obviously because he wasn't very good looking, and showed him the sofa, went to my bedroom, closed the door, locked it. About 10 minutes later, right, I heard a knocking. I was like, hey, yeah, what's up? He's like, have you slept yet? I was like, no, I was going to sleep. But I was just really worried. I just want to make sure that you're under the covers properly. So don't do it, guys. Don't do it. There aren't that many Turkish guys, but don't do it. Really, if you like someone, just go and tell them, because it's just a waste of fucking time. Nothing would have changed because he wasn't very good looking. But like, just fucking do it, man. You know, a lot of animals have a mating call. Birds, elks, penguins, Turkish men. I don't know if any of you girls have noticed this, right? But like when a Turkish guy, like you're walking down the street, right, and then suddenly this random guy starts looking at you and starts singing. İşte kuzu kuzu geldim. As if you're going to be like, oh my god, that's singing. It's amazing. Fuck me now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen. When I want to fall asleep sometimes, you know some people, to fall asleep, they count sheep, don't they? It's like 1, 2, 3. I swipe left on Tinder. 1, 2, 3. Because there's nothing there, I'm just swiping left. I'm just swiping left all the time, right? And the thing is, like, sometimes like my eyes start to get kind of tired from the swiping, and it's working, it's making me fall asleep. But then you accidentally, right, because you're on autopilot, you swipe someone really good looking to the left, and you're like, fuck! And then you press that rewind thing, and it's like, asks you for money. You're like, fuck you. But I was thinking that it would be really cool if Tinder was a bit more like 𝚤𝚕𝚒𝚕𝚒𝚘. You know, like swipe right, instant order. Pay 2 lira to supersize. Party group option. The thing is though, the only difference between 𝚤𝚕𝚒𝚒𝚕𝚒 and Tinder would be this. You'd only have a right to complain when your order turns up early rather than late. That happens. Oh, I like that you like that though. And I'm really pissed off with this thing, you know, like this concept. It's fake, the concept that there's such a thing as a one-night stand. There isn't. Okay, because if it's good, right, you see that person again. So I like to think of it more as an audition. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't sleep, you're not like, oh yeah, I'm a one-night stand person. You don't sleep with someone, it's fucking amazing. You're like, no. I'm a one-night stand person. Let's not do that again. No, you will see them again. This is absolute bullshit. So it's like if the audition goes well, you get a call back, right? That's how that works. So my friends, they get married and stuff and start having babies and oh God, and when they start having babies, it's like the classic thing, right? They start calling me up and they're like, when are you gonna come to look at the baby? Are you gonna come to look at the baby? It's been 10 days, you still haven't come to look at the baby. It's been 20 days, you still haven't come to look at the baby. It's been 40 days. This is where they get really kind of angry, because in Turkey 40 days means something, right? It means like, now we're able to show the baby the world. There's this thing, not everyone maybe knows, but like, oh God, so you have to go. I have to go to look at the baby, because fair enough, she's spent 9 months on this thing. Do you know what I mean? She's spent like, when I make my fucking beans, right, and like my friends come over and they don't want to taste it, I get really upset. I've got to go. Well, you've got to buy a gift first, right? So you can't go empty-handed. So I went and I was like, let me buy some baby clothes, right? So I'm looking at the baby clothes, right? And like all of the baby clothes have got pockets, like everywhere. Like what? Why? Like what the fuck? Like what's a baby gonna do with all of those pockets? Isn't that really bizarre? And I was like imagining maybe the mother is like calling the baby, and he's like, oh, son, are you ready? And the baby's like, yes, mum, got my keys, got my phone, I got my dummy, I'm ready. It's absolute bullshit. So you go over, right, and you go over to their house, and I've got to do a sitting down bit for this. So I'm sitting down with my friend, the one with the baby, and she's like, oh, you know, I know that now we've got the baby, it's going to be harder for us to see each other, but, you know, you can always come in and... oh, you're still here! Right, she's like falling asleep because she's so tired. She's like, oh, it's alright, you can come over and, you know... And then, the baby starts crying, right? So she goes to pick up the baby. She's like, sorry, pardon me. Oh, it's the baby. Puts the baby on her lap, right? And then starts to unbutton her shirt. Takes her breast out, right? This woman, right, this friend of mine, she had tiny little teeny tiny apricot fucking boobs. And her breasts have turned into fucking watermelons. I don't know where to look. And the nipple, oh my god, the nipple is like the size of my ex-boyfriend's fucking penis. So then she connects the baby to the nipple, and the baby's like sucking. I don't know, as I was saying, I don't know where to fucking look, and she takes it off, and then the nipple started winking at me, right? Telling me that the other nipple was evil and that, I don't know. Oh my god, and then it's nappy changing time, and it's really weird, and I'm like, don't look at the baby penis, don't look at the baby penis, don't look at the baby penis, don't look at the baby penis, don't look at the baby penis. Why are you even thinking that? You shouldn't even be thinking that. You shouldn't even have to tell yourself that you shouldn't be thinking that. You should just not trust me looking for the fucking baby penis. But because I started thinking, I had to have a fucking look, didn't I? Huge nuts. They don't have a penis yet. There's this huge, it's just nuts, right? And then, you know, if you're lucky, it'll turn into something better later on. But you know, like these women, right? When they start breastfeeding and their breasts are huge, they like. Okay, so my friend, right? She was always very shy. She was like, oh, don't look at me, I'm changing. Don't look at me, I'm changing. But then suddenly they're so confident with their breasts. They're like, yes, I'm breastfeeding. I will take them out anywhere. Would you like to suck them? Oh yeah, I will take them out in the market, in the supermarket. I will take them out everywhere. They just don't care anymore. Oh gosh. I think the thing is, right, you know, like with pets, okay, I think it's really, I don't think it's cool that, you know, when you have a pet, right, you can just go and, like, when it gets too sick, you just take it to the vet and you're like, murder the fucking thing. You just take it, no, I can't deal with this cat anymore, just kill it. It's just like, why do we have a right to do that? You know, we're just like the temporary parents of that pet, aren't we? Like, we shouldn't have that right to go and kill. You know, but the thing is, you can't do that with kids. I mean, that's where I'm trying to bring the subject to, right? You can't, when the kid gets too boring and just too much, just shitting all over the fucking place, you can't take it, so then just kill it. Just kill the fucking thing, I've had enough, right? But then that's mine, but then shouldn't we have the right to do that? You know, okay, it's kind of sick, but if you think about it this way, like, I made it. Let's say I made it. But I didn't make the cat, right? I'm not actual fucking mother for that cat. You know what I mean? The mother should be able to meow. No, don't. In talking of pets, in Turkey, I find it really crazy how they give all of their pets European names. You know, like all the pets and all the cats, a lot of the cats and dogs, mainly dogs, let's say. You know, in Turkey they're all called like Johnny or Kenny or something like that. Why not call them like Mahmut? You want to go for a walk, Mahmut? Mahmut, you want to go for a walk? Oh, Hatice, stop humping my leg. Come on, Hatice, get off my fucking leg. They don't do it. They're slightly, you know, it's a bit of a trick, isn't it? They kind of dehumanized it. I was thinking like in the UK, like you're walking around like, oh yeah, man, this is my pet, 𝙰𝚕𝚒𝚘𝚞𝚛. Yeah, just walking him around, and just going, oh yeah, I just got him neutered recently. It doesn't happen. But in Turkey, everyone, neutral names for the cats and stuff. But like Turkish people give their kids really weird names as well. Like really weird names. Like a lot of Turkish people will know this, but like there's a Turkish name, a real name, right? Yeter. It means enough. Okay? I'm thinking probably where that person's from, they don't have any birth control, right? So it's kind of like a prayer to the gods. Right, let this be the last one. And then they call it Yeter, right? And then they have another one, and imdat. Dude, this is so fucked up, man. It's so ridiculous. Another annoying thing, like shopping. I find shopping really, really difficult in Turkey. Like, I buy nothing. I can't buy anything. I have 3 t-shirts, right? And I wear them, and I wash them, and I wear them again. Because the thing is, in Turkey, when you go to buy something, you go to, I don't know, some shitty store I go to, like, I don't know, Cotton or something, right? And you're walking around, and you're just looking, and you're just browsing, and then suddenly the guy comes up behind you. You're like, no, it's cool. I'm just looking. Sadece bakıyorum. Right? And then you go to another, like, fuck, man, are they going to leave me alone? And then you go to, like, another little aisle, and you're looking at the clothes, and then they're right there. They're like, just leave me alone. The thing is, it's kind of rude, and it does come to my mind. I think, I just want to say, dude, like, help yourself first. You know, like, you're the one working in fucking de facto. Do you know what I mean? You should go and help yourself. You know, think about what other kind of job that you might maybe want to do, rather than fucking harassing me all of the time, right? I hate shopping, actually. I hate it. And I've got this friend, and she's kind of chubby, right? And that's fine. She's happy with her weight. She's kind of chubby, right? But she always like, come with me, Aslı, and give me your opinion. And give me your opinion. And like, girls do that. Give me your opinion. Like, God, how old are you? Can you not decide what looks okay? Like, are you 5 years old? And give me your opinion. So like, I go because I'm a nice person, right? Sometimes. So I go with her. And then she like tries something on, she tries on some trousers, and she's like, does my ass look big in this? Do they look good? Do they look alright? Does that look alright? And then she tries something else, puts a skirt on, does that alright? Does it look alright? So this happened, right, one day, and another day, we went shopping again together, and this time she brought her boyfriend with her. Okay, and the boyfriend is super skinny. Right, the skinniest guy, like Osman, right? The skinniest guy that you've ever fucking seen. Right, so we're walking around, this time there's 3 of us, and we're walking around, right? And she's like, how does this look? Does this look alright? Does it make me feel? And I just couldn't hack it anymore. I was just like, look, right, it's not the skirt or the trousers or whatever you're wearing, right? It's this boyfriend that's making you look fat. He's so skinny, man. He's so skinny. And I was thinking, like, and I started noticing it around, like, people that are like, there are loads of mismatches in that kind of stuff. Like, people that are like really big have got like really skinny boyfriends, or the other way around. And I was thinking, is it something to do with gravitational pull? Is it like, you know, like something that kind of weighs less, like, just like getting attracted to them or something? It's ridiculous. Something else that annoys me, like in Turkey, when you ask for someone's age, they tell you the year that they were born. And I'm like, I don't feel like doing any maths. Can you just tell me what fucking year you were born, and that's fine. Also another thing, like in England, right, all of my friends had one living room in their houses. They had one living room. But in Turkey, right, my friends, they have, especially their parents' houses, they have a living room, and they have the living room museum. Which is only for VIP guests. Do you know what I mean? The door has a fucking passcode. And you're like, give me the passcode. You're like, no, it's for VIP guests. And I asked my mum's friend, and I was like, so what's the criteria? You know, like, how do you get into the VIP fucking living room? She's like, 50 kilometers. You've got to have come from 50 kilometers away. I did get in. I got in to have a sneak peek. I went in. It's like a fucking CSI crime scene. Right? Everything is covered with white sheets. remote control, there's a huge fucking TV in there, while the family in the normal living room that they use, right, they're sitting like this, they have an old shitty TV that they have to bang to fucking make working, and their knees are touching each other, right? You know, we can't use the other room. We can't use the other room, it's for VIP guests. Let's have a look at my stopwatch. Oh, good. The thing is, I think there is, you know, there's this saying, guys, I don't know, is it guys that say it or men that say it? I think they both say it, men and women say it. They say that guys can't multitask, right? And I think that is absolutely bullshit, dude. That is bullshit, because there is one amazing Turkish man, right, who basically debunks all of those myths, right? And you're all going to know who I'm talking about, the 𝙰𝚕𝚕𝚒 driver. Okay? That guy is driving the fucking 𝙰𝚕𝚒. He's opening the doors, he's closing the doors, he's taking money, he's counting the money, he's stroking his moustache, he's changing the fucking radio, he's talking on the phone, he's eyeing up the cute girls from the fucking mirror. Right? If you gave this man a pan and some eggs, he could make you an omelette while driving the fucking 𝙰𝚕𝚒. So don't tell me men can't multitask, dude. That is absolutely bullshit. If you want to multitask, you absolutely can. I've decided recently, having thought about it, that I've decided that I've taken the stance that I'm anti-lube and anti-Viagra. And I'm going to explain. Lube as in lubrication. For the Turkish people, 𝙤𝚕𝚕𝚒𝚗𝚊𝚕𝚒. I think it's bullshit. The thing is, right, you know, there's a medical word for a scared vagina. You know, the vagina just... It's vaginismus, okay? That vagina, basically, the body is very complex, and when a woman or a man want to make love and that kind of stuff, like, the body does what it needs to do. So if the woman's vagina is... that won't, just move on to the next vagina, okay? That vagina does not want anything going in it, okay? Just leave it the fuck alone. But what do guys do? They're like, oh, love, it's probably because I'm too big. Yeah, it's probably because I'm too big. It's not too big, a baby can come out of it. So it's like, oh yeah, let's do some lubrication, you know, because you're a little bit tight. No, I just don't fancy you enough, okay? Fuck off. And also, guys, especially older men, they do this as well, you know. Their dick is happy. Their dick is retired. Their dick is happy to just be swinging and looking at the fucking floor. Okay? It's happy. Right, it's happy. It's happy that you take it out once in a while to take a piss, hold its neck, and sees a little bit of the light of day. It's fine. Right? But then the men are like, ugh. Yeah, let me take some Viagra, yeah? And take some Viagra, And the penis is like, no! No! Please, I don't want to do that anymore! I don't want to get hard, I'm happy! I'm happy just being soft, and I like being soft! And the man's like, no, you're a fucking... So like, what I'm trying to say, respect your bodies, and when your body is done, just let it be, right? Talking of Viagra reminds me of my dad. He's 70 years old, and as far as I know, he still has an active sex life. Yes. He lives in Antalya with his Russian girlfriend. I don't know how many of you have been to Antalya, but they're like the cats of Moda, you know? There's loads. They're everywhere. You know, Turkish men are so, they're so, you know, caring, aren't they? And they're like, oh, she's so cute, should we bring it home? Should we bring it home? So cute, oh, so cute. And then they're like, you can put it on my too, like a stroke it. And he's like, I'll still come and stroke her. And I was like, Dad. Let's not go further than that, please. Thank you. The thing is with this woman, right, she didn't know how to speak any Turkish, right? Doesn't know how to speak any English. My dad doesn't know how to speak any Russian. So they can basically not talk at all. And my dad was really fucking happy with this. Like, really happy with this. Like, great! Like, I don't have a headache, and it's like, I don't understand. Which then I just give her her food, you know, just give her her food on the floor, just stroke her, and when I feel like it, and it's great. Sometimes I have to brush her, and you know, and he was happy with it. The thing is, they actually, after I wrote this, they actually broke up, and the reason that they broke up was because she learned how to speak Turkish. When I go to Antalya, normally I get a flight, because buses, oh my god, they're great. The buses in Turkey are great, they're really fucking technological and all that, you know, films and stuff. But I take a plane, and I was looking at which plane company to use and stuff, and I was thinking, for example, right, Pegasus is a great airline if you don't have any legs. There's nowhere to put them. So when I went to Antalya, my dad loves football, and he always wants to take me to football matches, right? So I went to this football match with my dad, and it's just me and millions of men, loads of men, just like men. And I noticed, like, my dad was like kind of protecting me like this, like he was walking behind me, right, at all times. And I was like, Dad, what are you doing? And then I thought about it, and I was like, I know what he's doing. He's thinking, if a dick is going to be rubbing up my daughter's ass, it better be mine. What other reason is there, man? That's the reason. Oh, gosh. So, my granddad, the one I was talking about, who's an absolute cunt, he's in Antalya, and my dad has decided to start talking to him again. So when I go to see him, I have to go and visit him and stuff. And it's going to be kind of traumatic, especially because he likes to use a handkerchief. Right? A handkerchief is a mendil, or it's like a cotton. It's a very old school thing. It's a piece of cloth, right? Where you blow out your bogies, right? Okay, let me explain. The thing is, right, it really just shocks and bemuses me as to why it's acceptable, right? To blow out our bogies into a piece of fucking cloth, fold it up, stick it back in your pocket, right? And you carry it around with you. Like, we don't do this with any other bodily excretion. We don't go to the toilet, have a shit, wipe our ass, have a look, and be like, yeah, there's a bit of space on that. I fold it up, stick it in my pocket. Here's the next time I go to the loo. Don't do it. Quickly check my watch. So yeah, my granddad's a dick. So I'm gonna go in a minute, and I'm gonna leave you with this. I do this in Turkish as well, so some of you might know this is a joke. You know, Michael Jackson has a song, right? Smooth Criminal. Okay. And basically what happens in this song, what he's explaining is that he comes home and Annie's on the floor, she's shat herself, blood, piss. So Annie's in a good way, okay? Annie is just fucked up. And basically the song lasts 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and within this time, Michael asks Annie how she is 45 times. Alright, so I'm just going to do that for you, and then I'm going to fuck off. So Michael comes along, and he's like, Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Dude, call a fucking ambulance! There's a fucking cologne or something, right? That's it from me, guys. Thank you very much.